Campaigns in recent history, many Alberta voters are still undecided about which candidate will get an X when they go to the polls. Skylar Peters asked a longtime former Lethbridge MLA for his thoughts on this year's election. He's standing by with more. Skylar?
Just over a week away, the Alberta General Election looks like it could be anyone's race as April 16th draws near. I had the chance to speak with one longtime Lethbridge-West MLA. Clint Dunford shared his thoughts on this year's election and how these candidates can learn from the past.
Others are fighting what the government has spent, including, strangely enough, I think the NDP itself.
With just under a week until Albertans head to the polls, there's no clear edge in public opinion. Though most polls have the election coming down to a two-horse race between the United Conservative Party and New Democratic Party, both Lethbridge constituencies are some of the most divided in the province. Clint Dunford is no stranger to a close election. Dunford was elected MLA of Lethbridge-West for the first of his 4 terms in 1993. Only a few dozen votes separated him from his nearest competitor.
I was the closest margin in the whole province, won by 112 votes. So that was pretty close, and it was a tense night.
Ralph Klein's Progressive Conservative Party held on to power in that election, despite the Liberal Party quadrupling their number of seats. Dunford says both Jason Kenney and Rachel Notley can take notes from those that were Premier of Alberta before them.
While I don't agree completely with Rachel Notley, I do agree that she's trying to look like Peter Lougheed. Now, Peter Lougheed, boy, what an icon for leadership. I mean, anybody that's trying to be Peter Lougheed, that's a pretty big step.
Without any history to draw from, many of Lethbridge's post-secondary students struggle to align themselves politically, and many may not end up voting at all. Nolan McElroy says he understands the importance of having a voice, but he is still undecided.
Being from Manitoba, I'm not too up to date on Alberta politics, so I'm not sure if I'll be voting on April 16th or not.
Dunford added he thinks any party who truly believes in their policies will have success in the Legislative Assembly.
Skylar, what experience did Dunford draw this conclusion from?
Yeah, Dunford shared an anecdote with me about a time he went against the grain of the Progressive Conservative policy about cutting kindergarten funding. When his comments went public, he feared there would be a scandal. However, the next time he saw Ralph Klein told him he was proud of him for standing up for what he believed in, and that was the end of it. Just over a year later, the Conservatives had restored funding to kindergarten.
Thanks, Skylar.